The salad whispers a bit. Let me know what you think of it. But until then, here is the glass coffin. Let no one ever say that a poor tailor can do great things and win high honors. All that is needed is that he should go into the right smithy, and what is most of consequence, that he should have a good luck. A civil tailor's apprentice once went out traveling and came into a great forest. As he did not know the way, he lost himself. Night fell, and nothing was left for him to do but seek a bed in painful solitude. He might certainly have found a good bed on a soft moss, but the fear of wild beasts let him have no rest there, and at last he was forced to make up his mind to spend the night in a tree. He sought out a high oak, climbed on to the top of it, and thanked God that he had his goose with him, for otherwise the wind which blew over the top of the tree would have carried him away. After he spent some hours in the darkness, not without fear and trembling, he saw a very short distance the glimmer of a light. And as he thought that human habitation might be there, where he would be better off than on the branches of a tree, he got carefully down and went towards the light. It guided him to a small hut that was woven together of reeds and rushes. He knocked boldly, the door opened, and the light which came forth, he saw a little man who wore a coat made of bits of colored stuff sewn together. "Who are you and what do you want?" asked the man in a grumbling voice. "I am a poor tailor," he answered, "whom night has surprised here in the wilderness, and I earnestly beg you to take me into your hut until morning." "Go your way," replied the old man in a surly voice. "I will have nothing to do with renegades. Seek for yourself a shelter elsewhere." After these words, he was about to slip into his hut again, but the tailor held him so tightly by the corner of his coat and pleaded so pitilessly that the old man, who was not so ill-natured as he wished to appear, was at last softened and took him into the hut with him, where he gave him something to eat, and then pointed out to him a very good bed in a corner. The weary tailor needed no rocking, but slept sweetly till morning, but even then would not have thought of getting up if he had not been forced his way through thin walls of the hut. The tailor, full of unwonted courage, jumped up, put his clothes on in haste, and hurried out. But close by the hut he saw a great black bull and a beautiful stag, which were just preparing for a violent struggle. They rushed at each other, and with such extreme rage that the ground shook with their trampling, and the air resounded with their cries. For a long time it was uncertain of which of the two would gain the victory, but at length the stag thrust his horns into the adversary's body, whereupon the bull fell to the earth with a terrific roar, and was thoroughly dispatched by a few strokes from the stag. The tailor, who had watched the fight with astonishment, was still standing there motionless, when the stag in full career bounded up to him, and before he could escape, caught him up on his great horns. He had not much time to collect his thoughts, for it went in swift race over stock and stone, mountain and valley, wood and meadow. He held with both hands at the top of the horns and resigned himself to his fate. It seemed, however, stopped in front of a wall of rock and gently let the tailor down. The tailor, more dead than alive, required a longer time than that to come to himself. When he had some degree recovered, the stag, which remained standing behind him, pushed its horns with such force against the door, which was in the rock, and sprang open. Flames of fire shot forth, after which followed a great smoke, which hid the stag from sight. The tailor did not know what to do, or whether to turn, in order to get out of this desert and back to human beings again. Whilst he was standing thus undecided, a voice sounded out of the rock which cried to him, "Enter without fear, no evil shall befall you thee." He hesitated, but driven by a mysterious force, he obeyed the voice and went through the iron door into a large spacious hall, whose ceiling, walls, and floor were made of shining polish, square stones, on of each of which were cut letters, which were unknown to him. He looked at everything full of admiration, and was on point of getting out again, when once more he heard the voice say to him, "Step on the stone which lies in the middle of the hall, and the great fortune awaits thee." His courage had already grown so great that he obeyed the order. The stone began to give way under his feet and sank slowly down to the depths. When it was once more firm, the tailor looked round, and he found himself in a hall which in size resembled the former. Here, however, there was more to look at and to admire. Hollow places were cut in the walls, in which stood vases of transparent glass, which were filled with colored spirit or bluish vapor. On the floor of the hall, two great glass chests stood opposite of each other, which at once excited his curiosity. When he went to one of them, he saw inside a handsome structure like a castle surrounded by farm buildings, stables, and barns, a quantity of other good things. Everything was small, but exceedingly carefully and delicately made, and seemed to be cut out by a dexterous hand with great exactitude. He might not have turned away his eyes from the consideration of this rarity for some time, if the voice had not once again made itself heard. It ordered him to turn around and look at the glass chest which was standing opposite. How his admiration increased when he saw therein a maiden of greatest beauty. She lay as if in sleep, and was wrapped in her long, fair hair, as in a precious mantle. Her eyes were close shut, but the brightness of her complexion and a ribbon which breathed and moved to and fro left no doubt that she was alive. The tailor was looking at the beauty with her beating heart, when she suddenly opened her eyes and started up at the sight of him in joyful terror. "Just heaven!" she cried. "My deliverance is at hand. Quick, quick, help me out of this prison. If thou hast pushed me back the bolt of this glass coffin, then I shall be free." The tailor obeyed without delay, and she immediately raised up the glass lid and came out and hastened into the corner of the hall, where she covered herself with a large cloak. Then she seated herself on a stone and ordered the young man to come to her, and after she had imprinted a friendly kiss on his lips, she said, "My long desired deliverer, kind heaven has guided thee to me, and put an end to my sorrows. On the self-same day when they end, shall thy happiness begin. Thou art the husband chosen for me by heaven, and shall Seat thyself and listen to the story of my life. I am the daughter of a rich count. My parents died when I was still in my tender youth, and recommended me in their last will to my elder brother, by whom I was brought up. We loved each other so tenderly, and we were alike in a way of our thinking and inclinations, that we both embraced the resolution to never marry, but to stay together to the end of our lives. In our house there was no lack of company. Neighbors and friends visited us often, and we showed them great hospitality to our castle, and under pretext of not being able to get on the next place, begged for shelter for the night. We granted his request with ready courtesy, and he entertained us in the most agreeable manner during supper by conversation intermingled with stories. My brother liked the stranger so much that he begged him to spend a couple of days with us, to which, after some hesitation, he consented. We did not rise from that table until late in the night. The stranger who was shown to room, and I hastened, as I was tired, to lay my limbs in my soft bed. Hardly had I slept for a short time when the sound of a faint, delightful music awoke me. As I could not conceive from whence it came, I wanted to summon my waiting maid, who slept in the next room, but to my astonishment, I found that speech was taken away from me by an unknown force. I felt as if the mountain were weighing down upon my breast, and unable to make the very slightest sound. In the meantime, by the light of my night lamp, I saw the stranger enter my room through 2 doors, which were fast bolted. He came to me and said that by magic arts, which were at his command, he had caused the lovely music to sound in order to awaken me, and he now forced his way through. My repugnance to his magic arts was, however, so great that I vouchsafed him no answer. He remained there for a time, standing without moving, apparently with the idea of waiting for a favorable decision, but I continued to keep silence. He angrily declared he would revenge himself and find means to punish my bride, and left the room. I passed the night with greatest disquietude, and only fell asleep towards morning. When I awoke, I hurried to my brother, but did not find him in his room, and the attendants told me that he had ridden forth with the stranger to chase by daybreak. I at once suspected nothing good. I dressed myself quickly and ordered my palfrey to be saddled, and accompanied only by one servant, rode at full gallop to the forest. The servant fell with his horse and could not follow me, for the horse had broken its foot. I pursued my way without halting, and in a few minutes I saw the stranger coming towards me, with a beautiful stag, which he led by a cord. I asked him where he had left my brother, and how he had come by the stag, out of whose great eyes saw tears flowing. Instead of answering me, he began to laugh loudly. I fell into a great rage at this, pulled out a pistol, and discharged it at the monster. I saw